What up? So today I'm going to show you how to embroider this little leopard on some tulle. Huge thanks to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So the material I'm using are the same stuff I used in the last couple Tulle videos. And the first thing I'm going to do is take my tearaway backing and I traced the circle out, and I was going to draw right on that stuff, but I decided I might as well do it on paper first to figure out kind of what I wanted to do. So I started sketching that out, and then I realized if I'm going to like copy this tiger design, I might as well legit copy it. So just using my phone, I got the size that I wanted and started drawing it out. And I'd move it around on my phone, reline it up, and draw it out, and just did it until I was all the way done. And then I made sure that it was the right size, so I redrew out the circle of my hoop. And then I started drawing the details. I wanted to use that lines drawing, but change it up enough so it wasn't an exact copy of the original artist, who is this guy. So thanks to Tulle for making that rad tiger, so I could have a cool looking leopard. So then I just traced it out onto that tearaway backing, and that's what I'm going to use to get that like outline stitch onto the tulle. So I just take my hoop, I get the inner hoop out and put on the tearaway backing, and then put the tulle on top of it. Then I just take the outer hoop again, and I smush it on top, make sure it's nice and tight, and we're good to go. So I'm just going to do a running stitch, which is where you go up, down, and then back up like a little bit spaced away. And I did that along all the basic outlines of the leopard. Then I flipped it around and I cleaned up all the back ends, which just like is tying knots and cutting off the excess. So I did that to all of them. Sweet little Toast is helping me out. What a sweet boy. That wrinkly yed. Okay, then I tear away all that tearaway backing. It takes a little bit of time and it's harder around the stitches, but I got it to a point where I was comfortable to start making the actual filling stitches. Filling stitches? Sure, that's what we're gonna call them. And to do that, all I did was like a really sloppy sand stitch, and I started blending in the colors and trying to do like, ooh, speaking of colors, look at that beautiful golden hour coming in through low, and it's gone. But the fun thing about Tulle is it really does feel like I'm kind of just like, I don't know, painting with thread. And then the only stitch that was kind of different than the rest is this little split stitch that I did around the leopard's mouth. The Tulle is really forgiving, so like I can just like sew the spots right over the top. Here's a better example of kind of the stitching pattern I was doing. It's like a really sloppy spread out satin stitch. And then I'd come in with a second color and try to like kind of blend it in a little bit with the first color. Came with another color, did the same thing, try to blend it in. Then another color, blending it in a little bit. I mean, it really is like I said, it's forgiving. It's, if you don't like how one of the colors looks, you can just sew right on top of it. You can add some more of a different color. You can add more of the same color. This one, I did a lot of that. I kept on mixing in different highlights in different places, and lowlights when I thought it was too highlighted. And Toast is sitting on my arm the entire time. But I really enjoyed just getting a thick layer of thread over that. And like I said, I just go over the top with the black to make the spots. And the best thing about this is I didn't have to like push or pull very hard. With that all done, I was just gonna add in a little red in between all the spots. I guess that's red. It's kind of like a burgundy, burnt orange. Yeah, cool. For the details in the outlines, I actually just split the thread in half. So it was 2 little strands. I guess it was 3. Yeah, it was 3 strands. And started doing the little details with all the lines. Toast is once again sitting on my arm. What a good little helper. Adding in all the details and the line works around everything. Really, I don't know, it felt like it pulled out. Was that Toast? Oh, nope, just my nappy head. But yeah, I feel like it really pulled out the design from the mesh of colors that I was doing. So finished that up. Toast did such a good job helping me out this entire time. I should have like counted how long it took, but I'm pretty sure it was like a 14-hour project. Probably longer, I don't know. But with it all done, I just took it out of its hoop and I wanted to frame it in this guy. So I took the frame all apart and I honestly didn't really know what to do. But I took the backing out of the frame and cut like a smaller frame, I guess. Thought I could like staple the tool to that and shove that inside of the frame. Put that back piece back in there. And then I printed out this little blue white porcelain looking thing and shoved the backing on there and the glass on there, and I wasn't a huge fan. So instead I just put the tool right on top of the glass and put that in there, put everything back together, and yeah, I like that a lot better. So here is the final piece. I really like how the colors like mixed mesh together, because it really did feel like I was like mixing it on the canvas, which is how I paint. I'll like mix the colors while I paint on the canvas. So yeah, it felt kind of right to do it that way. I think in a future video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this into like a diptych, meaning like there's gonna be two different frames. Nothing will like make it flip open somehow. And then I'll redo the background, this chinoiserie, the blue painting on the white, and then do some sort of patch on the back, kind of like how I did the Sleepy Gary patch, if you know what I'm talking about. And I'll do that, and then I'm actually going to raffle this off. I think that'd be fun. So I'll be coming in a future video. I was gonna do this one, but for now, I do have these guys. I'm all sold out of the Don't Do It ones, but the ones that say make stuff, so I have a couple more of those. And then I'm actually gonna release this shirt with this video. So as soon as this video is live, it's live because you're watching it right now. This is also live, so you can come snag one of these shirts. And that's on my site. I do think those would be cute as a crop. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you how to crop it. But for right now, Past Brian has something to tell you. Yeah, thanks future me. I bet you're looking pretty cute. Yeah, and you haven't changed a bit. So you can't just use the same ad read from the last video. Okay, why not? Because Squarespace is super cool. And they're today's sponsor. Yeah, you're always right. You're right, Brian. I just called you Brian. Do I call you Shmoxd? I don't know what to call you. So Squarespace is super cool. You're busy. You're making things. You're making art. You're making clothes, whatever, blah, 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 blah. The last thing you need to do is worry about like trying to make a professional website or paying thousands of dollars to get someone to design it and then it doesn't even turn out how you want it, blah, blah, blah. Squarespace made it easy to make it so you can make it nice and quick and it's still customizable so it can be on brand with whatever you're doing. The other really nice thing is you don't have to worry about how it's gonna look on mobile. Every design they have automatically switches it to look great on mobile, iPad, whatever, so it looks great. Because let's face it, most of the time people are on their phone when they're looking at websites. Also, I just found this out. I don't know why, like I'm over here looking at like the things that they're offering. You can sync your products from Squarespace to Instagram, which I haven't been doing. I don't know why I haven't been doing that. I'm gonna have to do that. Future Brian, wherever you are, I hope you did it. But that'll just make it so you can tag your products in like your Instagram posts and sell more. So cool. And last thing I want to touch on is how it has like its own editing thing. So you can just throw in your photos raw and then on their editor you can like crop it how you want, change the color, blah, 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 and make it perfect. So I guess the bullet points for this one would be easy templates to make it look professional and on brand with you. And then it's gonna size down and fit any device that people are looking on, mobile, etc. You can link all this stuff onto Instagram, and they also have their own little image editor on Squarespace, so you don't have to like deal with like trying to edit something on an outside thing. Finger guns again? Cool. All right, so what you can do right now is I'm sure you've thought of something while I've been talking. You can go to Squarespace right now and start making that website, and you get a free trial. Once you're ready to buy that and get things going, you can go to this website and get 10% off your first purchase. So cool. All right, back to you, future Brian. Whoop. Thanks, past me. So when I posted like the poll to see if we should do the over the heart one or the center chest embroidery, I got a bunch of DMs saying like it'd be really cute to do the center one and then turn it into a crop top. And I'm gonna show you how to crop it right now. Okay, so if you have scissors and a shirt, then you have yourself a crop top. But for reals, it's that easy. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put the shirt on, and preferably not be laying on table, but standing up, mark where you want to have it cropped. I marked right there with that marker, and then I just folded it here in half and took some scissors and cut just above that mark, and voila. So those shirts are available on my site. I'm going to be randomly giving away that piece, and then also randomly put in patches in a couple shirt orders, so you can possibly get one of those goodies. And yeah, they're available on the site, so cool. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel.
Subscribe.
Hit that bell button, all that stuff. This is what I look like in a crop top, so that's fun for the whole family. Well, and I almost fell there, so that's great. Blah, 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 blah.